Hi, everyone. I'm Court Haygarth, Director of Athletics Communications for Henderson State University, sitting down with Allie Bianchi of Henderson State Women's Golf, who has been named the Great American Conference Scholar Athlete of the Year for the second year in a row. Allie, a big congratulations to you. I'm sure you must be so proud of the work you have put in to earn this award.
Thank you, Court. Yeah, it's pretty special to be sitting here for the second year in a row. So, yeah, just very grateful for that.
No doubt, no doubt. Well, Allie, as we already mentioned, this is your second consecutive year to be named the GAC Scholar Athlete of the Year, and in two less than ideal years when it comes to school, given COVID-19, the COVID-19 pandemic, relegating a lot of schooling to being online. Really these last 2 years, but right now we're talking about this past year also. How were you able to stay focused and remain on task despite all these obstacles that were thrown our way and your way?
Yeah, I think in some ways that being online actually helped me. While there are a lot of different things that it changed as far as school goes and professors and being in person and getting different material to learn. Overall, some of the skills that I was able to acquire were helpful towards real world applications. So I think for me, it was kind of benefiting. I was also able to manage my time a little better and be able to fit things in different areas that maybe they wouldn't have been allowed to before. So overall, I think the online wasn't as big of an obstacle for me as a student athlete, and I think it actually helped. So yeah.
Very interesting. Very good. Well, hey, a lot of student athletes, they might come to college and they might view school as simply something they have to get through in order to get to their respective sport. Maybe have an attitude of like, I'm not here to do school. I'm here to compete in X sport. For you, it's very evident that school is extremely important to you. Why would you say that is, and what about your studies is so important?
Yeah, I think ultimately, and a lot of people always say, you're a student before you're an athlete, but it's very true. School has always been a big priority for me. It's always something that I've just naturally enjoyed. And college athletics is more stressful. It's a lot more pressure, a lot more things going on all the time. But overall, I think um, being a student athlete and being able to uh, balance both of those things is really important. And so I treat both of them very equally. School is just as important to me as golf. I put in just as many hours into each of them, and ultimately, school is possibly a career path for me. So I think it deserves just as much attention.
Fantastic. Well, Al, you mentioned a career path for you. You're also not too shabby of a golfer moving from the classroom to the golf course. I'm currently sitting actually in our indoor golf facility here at Henderson State, which is home to our back-to-back GAC Women's Conference Championship trophies, and this year our Central Region trophy. Allie, for you personally, you have made consecutive trips to nationals last year as an individual, this year with the team. With your tremendous success on the golf course to go along with your success in the classroom, you talked about that balance. How have you been able to find that balance between your academic responsibilities and your athletic responsibilities?
Yeah, I think it's just about focusing on the day-to-day task. I mean, ultimately, we all have an end goal in mind. Maybe a few overarching goals that are big, but you have to have a lot of smaller goals in mind, or day-to-day task activities, whatever it might be, to details to focus on to keep you on that path. And so for me, it's just really focusing on making sure that I get what I need to do done day to day, and then ultimately that takes care of itself. So. Um, but yeah, balancing it with athletics, it is difficult. I don't think it. I think it's getting more recognition now than it has in the years past. But just what really goes on in the day to day life of a college athlete, and how many hours are really spent, the sacrifices that are made, balancing personal and social life is very difficult. So, like I said, it's just really about choosing your priorities, and making those sacrifices that you may need to.
Yeah. No doubt. You say sacrifices. I think that's a great word. As we finish our time here, for the young man or young woman who may be discouraged with the work it takes to be a student athlete, because as you know, it does take work to be a student athlete, balancing your studies with your athletic responsibilities. Being the inspiration that you are, what would you say as an encouragement to these young men and women who are student athletes here, even at Henderson or even beyond?
Yeah, I would just say that it's all about the mentality that you approach it with. So if you're approaching it with the discouraged mentality, then that's probably where you'll end up. Ultimately, you have to act like the person that you want to become, and so as long as you're picturing yourself in those goals, and like I said before, just making sure that you're focused on the details day to day and not the big picture that may be stressful or intimidating, then you will end up in the spot that you want to be in.
Awesome. Well, Allie, once again, congratulations. Thank you all for sitting down with us. Allie Bianchi, your two-time GAC Scholar Athlete of the Year.